Andrew, thank you. Now to the death of Henry Kissinger. His legacy is as enduring as it is controversial.
He was a commanding figure, greatly influencing everything from relations with China to the war in Vietnam. ABC's Andrew Denberg has the latest.
Henry Kissinger leaves behind a complicated legacy after passing away at age 100.
Foreign policy has to reflect the continuing values of the American people.
Instantly recognizable with his thick glasses and deep voice, Kissinger forged U.S. foreign policy during critical moments in American history. He fled Nazi Germany in the 1930s, eventually becoming a U.S. citizen, then a political scientist at Harvard. In 1969, President Nixon named him National Security Advisor. 4 years later, Kissinger was Secretary of State, opening diplomatic relations with China and reducing tensions with the Soviet Union.
He changed the paradigm of the Cold War by establishing détente with the Soviets and being the architect of opening China and changing the Cold War dynamic.
But Kissinger also faced criticism. He was accused of supporting a right-wing coup in Chile, and he played a major role in the Nixon administration's policy that escalated, then ended the Vietnam War. Tensions rose when Kissinger helped orchestrate the controversial and secret U.S. bombing campaign in Cambodia, which killed tens of thousands of people.
He was labeled a war criminal, much to his consternation and concern.
The Watergate scandal led to Nixon's resignation, but Kissinger stayed on as Secretary of State under President Ford, eventually leaving office in 1977. But he'd continue to advise presidents of both parties for years to come.
Henry Kissinger, as much as anyone, was an emblem of American diplomacy and of foreign policy wisdom and sagacity.
His presence was felt on the world stage long after he left government, traveling to China this past summer, meeting with President Xi Jinping, and meeting with Ukraine's President Zelensky in September. Just last month, Kissinger spoke to an annual gala promoting U.S.-China relations. ABC News contributor and presidential historian Mark Updegrove spoke with him about his legacy.
So I've always been deeply grateful to this country, and I know what it represents to the peace in the world. I tried to do the best I could, and that's all I can say.